Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Welcome once again to the Dr. Sky Experience, as we continue to move through time and space here on Talk Radio 77 WABC, America's iconic radio station, the crown jewel of radio, here out of New York City and around the world. As we welcome you to the midpoint of December 2022 with our Dr. Sky Update, the Sky Update number 10. Sit back and relax as we talk about what you can see from the visible skies of this particular podcast. And we begin, of course, with an amazing event that will happen. But first, I hope, from the sound of my voice all around the nation, that you had an opportunity to see that amazing occultation of the full cold moon and the beauty of the planet Mars, the red god of war, that happened back on Wednesday, the 7th of December. In many parts of the nation and around the world, this was a near occultation. We call it a graze. But for the rest of you, you saw Mars hugging the limb of the moon, and the moon itself eclipsed this amazing planet. That goes into the history books. But if you missed it, we'll not have another event like this until sometime around 2045. But let's talk about things that we can see. And we begin, of course, with another amazing event that's happening this week. What is it? The Geminid meteor shower. An amazing meteor shower that peaks during the early morning hours of December the 14th. But just don't wait till then. You can actually see meteors streaming out of the northeast part of the sky for, as I mentioned before, one of the best meteor showers of the year. The peak of the shower occurs officially during the morning hours of December the 14th. Sky watchers looking from 2 a.m. till sunrise with hopeful clear skies and dark skies may get to see upwards of 20 or 30 meteors per hour. The Geminids are known for slow-moving, bright meteors, sometimes known as fireballs. But the meteor shower ramps up like a bell curve, and you may get to see, who knows, maybe more. The only distraction for this particular meteor shower, and always truth here, is that patience is a virtue for any meteor shower. But unfortunately, the waning gibbous moon might interfere greatly with the numbers seen, but still give it a try. Early evening sky watchers, patience is a virtue again, looking into the northeast sky after sunset, may get to see some bright Earth-grazing meteors. These are meteors that come across, we call tangentially, across the Earth's atmosphere, and may put on an interesting sky show. But what about the origin of this particular meteor shower storm known as the Geminids? Did you know that this particular meteor shower or storm actually comes from what we call a rock comet? It was a comet that was actually discovered, or an asteroid, back in 1983. It was the first asteroid ever discovered by a spacecraft, and this particular asteroid comet was discovered back in 1983 by a particular asteroid, this particular spacecraft, I should say, known as IRAS. Did you know that the parent comet or asteroid of this particular shower gets closest to the sun by a little less than 13 million miles? That's amazing. So what happens when the heat of the sun literally bakes the surface of this asteroid comet? Large debris actually comes off the surface of the asteroid comet, and we get to see maybe chunks of debris, maybe pebble size or more, thus giving credence to some of the larger or brighter meteors seen. This is quite interesting. Some of these are slow objects moving only 20 miles per second, when other meteor showers, the objects meaning the meteors, are moving well over 100 miles per second. This is quite interesting. So again, take a good look for the Geminids. They may storm, or they may not. But again, patience is a virtue with any meteor shower. Dress warmly in those climates. Have something, maybe an adult beverage, to keep you warm. And again, if you see some of these, you're seeing, well, something quite unusual. And we'll have much more to say about these meteor showers in the year 2023. But let's talk a little bit more about some of the other impressive events in our skies this particular week. And we go back to the Greek word for planets called planeteos. They were called wandering stars. And we start looking low into the southwestern part of the sky just after sunset toward the end of the month. right after Christmas and Hanukkah. We start to see the innermost planet Mercury starting to become an object of visibility. Also, the beautiful, brilliant planet Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, will also appear in the sky. Jot this date down. On the 24th, Christmas Eve, the thin crescent moon, which, by the way, will be closest to the Earth on the 24th also at perigee, that is the Moon, Mercury, and Venus will form a circle of less than 5 degrees low into the south-southwest. What other planets are visible? High up into the south, just at sunset, we have the planet Saturn, easily visible to the naked eye, and then moving across the ecliptic, the zodiac path, we still see the brilliant planet Jupiter at night, easy to see with the naked eye, great in binoculars and a telescope. But by far, ladies and gentlemen, the dominant planet this particular week is still Mars. The red god of war reached opposition, meaning it rose at sunset on the 8th of December, and it will be in our skies all night. It's quite impressive. Telescopic viewers have a great opportunity to see a lot of surface detail, as the surface of this particular planet, or the diameter, is about 17 seconds of arc. I view it all the time in my 8-inch telescope, which gives me surface detail on the surface of Mars by about 300 times magnification. And as you're listening to this, for those of you who have telescopes, you know exactly what I mean. What do I see? I see dark continents, and I can also see, with red and blue filters in the eyepiece, I can see the North Polar hood, which to many may look like the North Polar Cap, but indeed it's just a haze around the North Polar Cap. But what the heck, it looks like a North Polar Cap to me. So many wonderful things here. But again, you're listening to the Dr. Sky Experience. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to go to our blog for more detailed information here at WABCRadio.com for great information from the realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather, and so much more. And don't forget other great podcasts with great authors here as you scan through the many authors that we have, and not only of the greater realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather, but also great authors about American exceptionalism as we talk about many that have given their lives for American freedom, and those who serve in our military, about truth, justice, and the American way. So much more. We thank you and your families for being part of the Dr. Sky Experience. And you can listen to us all the time, a couple of times a month, with Frank Morano, right here on what? Talk Radio 77 WABC out of New York City and around the world on WABCRadio.com and on the WABC radio app. A privilege and honor to be on this radio station. As a native New Yorker, it has been my dream to be on this radio station for so long, and that dream has come true. And many thanks to owner and operator John Katzimatidis, and of course his family, for permitting me to share the airwaves with you and here on our podcast and our blog on this great radio station that's been around here for well over a century. What do we say? We always remind you to keep your eyes to the skies, and we wish you health and happiness during the holidays. A Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, health and happiness in the new year, 2023. Dr. Sky reminds you to always remember to keep your eyes to the skies, as I'm your navigator on the highway to the heavens. And you can email me anytime you'd like at DrSkyShow, DrSkyShow @gmail.com.